And it appears that recording has started, so I'm going to go ahead and call the meeting to order. I will note that in addition to myself, Superintendent LSA is with us, Council President Hudson, Commissioner Bodie, Chuck Merrihew, and are all with us. Larry Williams is excused, and as is Calvin Corridors, although we expect that he may join us shortly. With that, I will start as we always do with an acceptance. I'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes from the September 24th, 2020 meeting.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Okay, next up we have a report from the secretary, and turn it over to you, Joe.
Yes, good morning. I have two items. Earlier this week, I filed our application to renew the directors and officers insurance for the board, as we do every fall. The insurance agency will be providing a quote shortly, and I can present that at the November board meeting. And the second item is we did have a couple of public improvement liens filed against J.D. Taylor for Grant and Ed Smith, but they bonded them off, so they're no longer our concern. And that completes my report.
Okay, thanks, Joe. Any questions for Joe? All right, we will now go to our program manager report. And Chris, I will bring up the document and you can start to walk us through it.
Sounds good.
Let's see. Finding it. Bear with me here.
No worries.
Okay, there it is on my screen. Now let's get it on yours. How's that?
Looks good.
Good. Make it a little bigger. Go ahead, Chris.
Sure. So just give you a couple updates here under the procurement section. We did take bids for the Fowler Interiors package. That's the last component of work for Fowler. We had two bidders on that. Unfortunately, the low bidder has made a formal request to withdraw his bid due to an error that he made on his bid sheet, resulting in a number that was lower than what he anticipated. So that's under review right now with Division of Purchase with respect to their request to withdraw. That said, going forward, we would potentially have two options: one to rebid or to award to the second place bidder. So those decisions are in progress at the moment. On the Fowler concession building, I want to let everyone know that we're set up to take bids for that on the 10th of this month. Storage building. Beyond that, just targeting the first quarter for bidding corporate site package. Because site work that we wanted to accomplish over there as part of the initial, was identified initially to be done. We are going to bid that in the first quarter. And then at Nottingham, we've developed an additional work package at Nottingham that will enable us to perform some of the alternate work that we hadn't been able to at the time of the bid. So as part of that reconciliation of where we stand on all the projects, we've been able to put that together and create a budget for doing that work over at Nottingham. Beyond that, we have kitchen equipment, which will be fun. It's a JSCB funded project. We anticipate doing that in the package for that in the first quarter as well. So a fair amount of stuff that'll happen after we get through the first of the year here on that. Any questions on procurement or bids?
Nope.
All right. If not, I'll move on to just project budget and approvals. Not a whole lot here to report. just that we have developed, as I said, for the Nottingham, and then as a secondary to that, we're developing some scopes of work, some priority scopes of work that we'd like to perform at Corcoran and Henniger as well, obviously subject to available budget. So more to come on those. We've kind of just developed the priority list. And then once we are at a point where we feel that the funds will support that, then we'll start to formulate that into a formal package. In terms of construction updates, Blodgett, Grant, Huntington are all pretty much kind of in the same status. We're down to a couple dozen punch list items at those buildings that we're still trying to just finish and complete those. I think financially we're in good shape in terms of the completion there and coming to terms with getting those closed out financially, and in terms of the turnover documentation. Bellevue, I'm happy to report that there's a final payment for Bellevue this month for the general contractor, and anticipate final payment for day automation next month. So Bellevue is in good shape there, and happy to kind of get that one dialed down. Fowler, we're moving forward with the replacement of the gym floor. So that's in progress over there. And Corcoran, again, advancing there. That's a phased job, so we're moving forward. Not a whole lot to report on that one. Henniger, making great progress, as you can see, as evidenced in the photo in the upper right. The addition is in good shape. The structural steel is in place. The decking is in place, and we're starting to pour floor slabs over there, and rallying folks to start to work on the exterior walls. So making some headway there. So it's looking good. And then at Nottingham, the boilers, I think that was a hurdle to have the boilers in and installed, so they're functional, producing heat now. And then the library renovation is substantially complete, and anticipate turning that over here in short order in terms of that. Not the stair, there's a new stair that'll go in, that won't be, but the actual library itself will be able to be in a position to be used. And then Clary and Danforth, kind of in the same mode there. We're kind of through that demolition and abatement mode, and now we're moving back into that kind of what I would call the putback mode to put things back together and start to move us towards completion on those buildings. Any questions on construction updates? Under the constraint and critical issues, not a whole lot here, just staying focused, as I said, to try and resolve the Blodgett, Grant, Huntington, and Ed Smith, and getting those things behind us. The change management continues to be an area of focus that we're trying to gain some better efficiency there in terms of how quickly we can process changes and get those through. It's a lengthy process, but we're looking for opportunities and continuing to kind of a perpetual process there to make that better. Under COVID, don't have anything specific to report in terms of claims or anything to that effect. But we have had, just like everyone else has had, to deal with some folks. We've got some workers that have tested positive, but we've got a protocol in place with that, and been working with the health department to do our best there to obviously mitigate it on the onset, and then if there is an instance, to deal with it quickly in terms of the disinfection and following anything that the county health has to say on that. So that's my report. Any questions?
Thanks, Chris.
Yep. Thank you.
No further questions? Okay, we will move on. Good progress. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Thanks. All right, we'll go next to the financial statements. I want to note that Larry Williams has now joined us. Welcome, Larry. Good morning. And I'm going to switch over. Can everybody see the financial report now? Great. And Donna, we'll turn it over to you. Good morning.
Good morning. We're going to start down on page 5. If you would move down to that page, Mayor. Thank you. Okay. First of all, I just want to report that we are in the middle of audit here. The auditors are doing all of their field work, and they are coming to a close. And I'm happy to report that everything that we have been reporting to you throughout the year is pretty much on point. We don't have any major changes or any issues. We are looking forward to having Keely Hines from Bonadeo present the audited financials to you at the November meeting. Starting on page 5, we there have some changes on the statement of net position. We have updated some of the numbers here because of the closeout that we did for the end of June. So you're going to see a little bit different numbers here, and I will explain them. At the end of August, we did have $133.6 million of phase 1 and phase 2 cash. So compared to the July statement, cash did decrease by $697,000 due to vendor payments. And we also had investment income of $6,900. So included in assets is total capital assets of $301 million. And that's the amount that changed quite a bit. It was at the end of June, $223 million, and now we're up to $301.3 million. And what comprises that number is closed phase 1 projects, closed phase 2 projects, which is Fraser. We reported that at the end of June. And we also have our construction in progress is also reported in that number. And that is approximately $160 million right now, and minus the current depreciation. And our current accumulated depreciation is about $14 million. So that's what makes up that $301 million. And that will stay constant throughout the year until we start to close projects again. We do make those changes and make those updates at the end of the fiscal year. So that gives us a total assets of $435 million. The due to the district has not changed. And our bonds payable current year is now at $19.3 million. Along with the premium on bonds, and our long-term liabilities is at $297 million, along with the premium on bonds of $40 million. So our total liabilities is at $364 million. So our new net position is $70.6 million. And at the end of June, it was 19.5. So you can see there's quite a bit of a difference, but most of it is due to the capital assets. Okay, I'm going to move down to page 5. And page 5 is our statement of sources and expenditures. Not a lot of activity right now. Nothing going on for phase 1. Phase 2, as I said, we do have earnings on investments of $6,900. Our capital outlay for July and August is $11.2 million. Then on page 7, this is our cash flow statement. Our cash flow statement does show the actual expenses and income revenue as well for July and August. The rest is projected. And you can see, as I just said, if you notice there in July, we had no investment income. We did have some for August. I do have the September statement. Just came in, so I know that one's at 3,600. So it is fluctuating a little bit, but hopefully we'll see those numbers increase. Also, our capital outlay, as I said before, was approximately $11 million. So at the end of the year, we should end up with about $56 million at the end of June of 2021. And then on the last page, this is our inception to date report. And this basically shows all activity from the beginning to up to August. There has been no changes in phase 1. The income and the expenditures are the same. And then for phase 2, we're at $292 million for income, and our expenditures are $164.9 million. And that concludes my report. Does anybody have questions?
Any questions for Donna?
Okay. Thank
No?
you.
All right. Thanks, Donna.
Yep.
All right. Looks like we have a couple resolutions, so I'm going to turn it back over to Joe.
Yes, we have 2 resolutions this morning. Resolution number 68 would authorize our monthly contractor payments in accordance with the attached appendix.
Can I entertain a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Resolution number 69 is a follow-up based on the presentation that Rick Gansey made at the last meeting to authorize the refunding of older debt under the current environment. We will save, as Rick explained, a significant amount of money by issuing these refunding bonds.
Motion.
So move.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried.
That completes our resolutions for today.
Okay. Thanks, Joe.
Welcome.
Anything else to come before the board?
No, nothing before the board. I just want to throw a quick message out there. Larry Williams, will you call me, please?
He's on mute, but I saw yes. So good. Take advantage of the opportunity. Okay, then I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting is adjourned. Have a nice weekend, everybody. Happy Halloween.
Okay.
You too.
Aye.